What do you think of my costume? It's colossal as crazy. Or for you nothing to know, a scary clown. I'm not compensating with these shoes, my dick is actually that big. Now I know what you're expecting. I'll go from point to point covering different reasons why I hate Halloween, injecting filthy language and forced, risky analogies for comedic purposes. Most of the time you'd be right, but this time I'm doing something completely different. I'm gonna go from point to point covering different reasons of why I hate and love Halloween, injecting filthy language and forced, risky analogies for comedic purposes. I know, I'm a goddamn innovator. Have an announcement for the channel at the end of this video, so stick around. Let's get into it. Trick-or-treating. Is there a greater thing as a kid to look forward to? You get to dress up in bin bags and cheap pound shop or dollar store masks, gather with your friends and go door to door demanding treats, or you'll trick them. Don't really know what the trick part means, if I'm honest. I only once didn't get sweets from somebody when trick-or-treating. Me and my little brother always went trick-or-treating where our aunt lives because we lived in the countryside and she lived in a large estate. And this one house we went to, there was this old guy. We'll call him Cuntish Carol. So Cuntish Carol refused to give us any sweets because we weren't from around there. He could tell from our accents we weren't local. So figuring that out, he essentially told us to fuck off before closing the door in our faces. Which did put a bit of a dampener on things for the rest of the evening, but we were kids, so what could we do? Tell your older brother in hopes that he'll seek revenge on your behalf? No. I'm not that kind of petty person. Cuntish Carol continued his evening of being a cunt and went to bed for a good night's sleep, and was absolutely not awoken abruptly by an explosion at his front door when Ducky's older brother stuffed his letterbox full of cherry bombs and blew the living shit out of it. Before you say anything, I don't refuse to give out sweets and close the door in kids' faces. I just don't like being the person who answers the door to them. I don't like kids. I really don't. I see people with kids and babies giving it the ooh and the ah and the ooh the boo boo and answering the door giving it the whole oh aren't you scary? What are you dressed up as? Aww. Blech. I can't do that. Just makes me want to vomit. I treat dealing with trick-or-treaters like banging the standard of a woman you'll settle for after a year-long dry patch. Empty my sack into the old bag and leave before the self-loathing kicks in. He did the monster mash. Dressing up for Halloween is the best. I know it's like a glitch in the Matrix that I actually let my feathers down and act like a fool every now and again, but it's a bit of crack. I like to get into the spirit of things. Well, Halloween anyway. But the best thing about dressing up for Halloween is all stigma and slut-shaming is cast aside. Women can dress up in the sluttiest and skimpiest costumes imaginable, and that is aesthetically pleasing to the heterosexual male. Let's face it, who doesn't want to be surrounded by members of the opposite sex, or same sex, who don't want to upset the benders, dressed up in outfits hotter than a curry fart. And if you're a pedo, great news, kids come to you dressed up in little outfits and you don't even need to offer them sweets. But seriously, a night out on Halloween is all about friends, drink, legs and barely contained tits, and that sounds like a good fucking night to me. I get if people don't want to dress up for Halloween. It's not to everyone's liking, and that's okay. That's one less person I have to wait behind to get to the bar. Or at least you'd think it would be. You'd think not being much of a fan of Halloween, they wouldn't bother their arse going out. It's a safe assumption that everyone who's out has gone out to celebrate Halloween and they're going to be dressed in costumes. And if they did go out and didn't dress up, in a weird twist of events, they'd look the fool. You'd think that would stop them. But no, they'll be out in their droves with their gay salmon shorts and their gay skinny jeans or whatever else straight men think women like these days, throwing dirty looks at me like I'm the one out of place here. It's Hallow fucking ween night, cunt. The music is Halloween themed and you're in a club specifically having a fancy dress night. And while you're throwing snidey looks all around, every person in this place is looking at you, wondering why the fuck you bothered coming out in the first place. So do me and everyone else a favour and fuck off. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. You gotta love the Halloween atmosphere. Creepy ghouls and ghosts, haunted houses, and scaring the living shit out of kids with scary costumes. Everything is skulls, dark colours, and death, and it's great. You have holidays like Christmas, Easter, New Year's, etc. that are all about spending time with the family and loving one another. Ugh. But not Halloween. Halloween is all about theatrics. Scary, evil, haunting, doing your house in creepy decor. It's all about letting loose and embracing that. Drinking Halloween-themed cocktails, watching the fireworks, flinging shit in a bonfire and stuff on your face with sweets. All while surrounded by and living in the atmosphere and theatrics of a cheesy horror movie. It's dark, it's ominous, it's creepy, and I fucking love that. Don't get me wrong, I love fireworks at Halloween as much as the next man, presuming he likes fireworks. But it's not just Halloween night you hear the fireworks. It's the weeks leading up to it. People, and by people I mean preteens with parents who've read the book on parenting not knowing the particular book they read was written by Kate and Jerry McCann, can't help themselves. They can't wait until Halloween night to set the fuckers off. No, they feel obliged to spend the weeks leading up to Halloween creating as many loud and rapid fire bangs as a slow week in an American high school. Which wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't a trigger to my dog's Tourette's and didn't cause me to jump out of my seat like I sat in a Vicks coated butt plug. Get a jolt from my electrode. They did the mash. One of the things that truly draws me in about Halloween is it's not about Jesus. In fact, Halloween predates Jesus by about 1,000 years. So regardless if you pray to God, Buddha, the Seven, or none at all, you can enjoy Halloween. There's no on this day Jesus died, Jesus was born, Jesus cured a peasant of a severe hangover shite. None of that. It actually started with the Celts. They thought because the days were getting shorter this time of year that the boundaries between life and death narrowed, so the dead could walk among the living. That's why Halloween is so closely associated with death. And to avoid having their villages terrorized, they made offerings to the dead of food and candy, but did so far away from their village to keep the dead from going near their homes. And that's what started trick-or-treating. The more you know. Or the more you think you know. I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell me I'm wrong. I'm Sergeant Ducky, I complain about shit that ultimately doesn't matter. I'm not a fucking encyclopedia. You self-indulgent bomb-feeding skidmare. But yeah, Halloween is not completely religion-free. But trying to get religion out of anything is harder than trying to get a priest out of an altar boy with a nice arse. I have two questions for you. Do you want to wear clothes that'll make girls want to fuck you as thoroughly as a 20-something-year-old with daddy issues? Or guys who'll want to dick you as ferociously as a 10-speed dildo? That I can certainly help with one of those things. You guys have been asking for it, so here it is. Some Sergeant Ducky merch. The link is in the description. Go check it out if you want some. Big shout out to RoCata. He is the talent behind making the costume for this video. He's a very talented and competent guy who done this and a few other characters on my channel that you've seen over the last while. So if you need any art done for a video or a Twitter AVI or anything else, his Twitter handle is below. He does commission work, so go check him out. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you liked this video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you disliked it, flip your monitor upside down in absolute disgust and hit that thumbs down button. And I'll talk to you handsome bastards in the next video.